Springfield. Are you concerned about safety on wet roads? Worried about hydroplaning or wet skids? Ask about the K Aquamart Wet Weather Radio at the Kelly Auto Service Store in Braddock Square, LaVale. And we're at Campobello, and this is a crowded house, as we mentioned, and it's just getting bigger, Paul. This game is of immense proportions, not only for the Allegheny Campers, who have a lot to work on to defend, but the Hagerstown team coming in, the Rebels coming in, just barely missed this playoff last year, and they're coming in looking for a big win tonight.
Yes, certainly are, Jamie. You know, one thing, inside South Hagerstown has some horses that Allegheny's going to have to deal with, and that's something that they haven't had to do a lot of this year. It'll be interesting to see if the shot blocking ability of Allegheny might lend itself to some foul problems, so they're going to have to stay out of foul trouble. Although they do have some depth inside, they certainly don't want to get a couple guys saddled with 2-3 fouls before the half. The other thing that you want to watch for, and Todd Erick said it best, is how South Hagerstown handles the Allegheny press. The anticipation by the campers this year has been exemplary, and if they can continue that, I don't know. I don't think South Hagerstown can beat them if they are working their press to perfection. But it's you saw it in the coaches' faces. They're a little bit queasy about playing against each other. They're a little bit tight, but they're ready to go. The players are a lot more ready to go, I think, than the coaches are tonight.
Yeah, I think they are. I asked Toby when he came on, I said, how's your kids? And he said, I can't tell. They just can't get a reading on these kids. But some of the things Allegheny has coming in tonight, they were 22-0 on the regular season. They have going into last year, they've got a 28-game winning streak and a 24-game home winning streak here at Campobello that they want to take care of. The Rebels coming in at 16-6 tonight. As I mentioned, they beat Walkersville 75-74 on Tuesday to get into this game. Their 6'5" center, Bill Kidd, scored 30 points, including the shot that put them into the overtime. However, Ebby Bynum, their other 6'5" player, didn't play. He was on disciplinary suspension.
All right, one last thing to remember before we go to the game, folks. Undefeated teams die hard. If you're undefeated, you're going to die hard. So remember that as you watch the game tonight. If you see Allegheny in the hole, watch how they rebound. Watch how they try to defend that undefeated tag. They know that one loss will put them out. So does South Hagerstown. But the key to me, if you're undefeated, somebody has to take it away from you. We'll be back with the opening tip-off on Channel 4 and Commercial Video Services right after this.
You're looking at the Allegheny Camper Brain Trust. Part of them there, Toby Erick and Tim Kane to his left. And welcome back to Campobello. We're getting set for tonight's game. The Allegheny Campers at 22-0, taking on to the Rebels of South Hagerstown at 16-6. I want to bring you up to date on the ladies' score coming up from the first game tonight. The Westmore Wildcats, the Lady Cats, advance as they defeat Williamsport this evening by a score of 52-30. Michelle Adams, 20 points in this game, including 8 for 10 from the free throw line. Cammie Cutter also in double digits. She had 11, went 5 for 7 from the stripe.
I thought you were going to get us in trouble for just a second there, Jamie, when you said the Lady Cats.
The Lady Cats.
I thought you were going to call them the Wild Ladies.
No.
No.
Those were the moms in the stands after the game.
Let me tell you, though, folks, we're going to see some wild men and wild ladies here tonight. You can hear the excitement and enthusiasm, exuberance in the background here. Take a look at that crowd.
And that's just part of the end zone. This is a crowded house all the way around. And we are set now for the starting lineups for tonight. Let's take a look at them right now. For the Rebels, they will start at guard, 6'1", number 11, Derek Brown. Number 24 at 6'5", Ebby Bynum. Number 30, their high scorer, Bill Kidd. He is 6'5". Number 34, Dee Harris starts. He is a 6-foot guard. And at the third guard position, they run a 3-guard, 2-forward offense. Number 42, Ronnie Colbert. For the Allegheny Campers, they will start number 21, Mike Fields. Number 22, Denny Salas. Number 25, E.J. Jesse. Number 32, Jake Dermer. And number 35, Mike Harvey. Your officials, local officials, two of the finest in the area, as Pat Conley and George Getz will be along hand. Jeff Rhodes is on as an alternate. And you talked earlier, and hit on a great point, Paul. The thing the Campers want to do is keep players like DJ Jesse and Mike Fields out of foul trouble.
Yeah, one way to do that is you never want to go into a game and tell your kids to be less than aggressive. But you do want to remind them, hey, look, fellas, on defense, we don't want to hand check. We don't want to reach. We don't want to go swatting at the ball. We want to play good, solid defense. On offense, we're going to take what they give us. Our transition game is going to generate a lot of points if things go wrong. If we get into our half court, don't force it.
just a speech like that can take a little bit of an edge off and keep some guys out of foul trouble.
As Toby told me before the game, he really has not been able to get a gauge on how his kids are coming into tonight's game. But you've got to believe that they have been through this before. The majority of these kids have been through this before. It's a veteran squad. It's been in the playoffs, been to College Park, and they know how to handle the pressure.
Yeah, I believe that's true. You know, the other thing, Jamie, is that Toby, I think, might be a little distracted in that his team is playing against his brother's team. And as much as you'd like to say, no, hey, listen, it's another game. You heard him in the pregame. Yeah. Those guys were a little bit tight. If they had their brothers, they wouldn't like to play this game until the finals at College Park. But it has to happen now. And now the introduction of the Allegheny starting lineup.
You see Denny Salas at first. I think, though, that part of that will disappear about 4 minutes into this first quarter, where it's just going to be the two coaches going head-to-head against each team. I don't know how the players handled this brother-on-brother thing as well. And who knows how that could have affected both teams.
I don't think it's going to have as much as an impact on the floor as it is on the benches. I think both of these staffs are very close. They scrimmage each other. Of course, Teddy and Toby and Ty, they're growing up together. I mean, you know, there's a lot of emotion there that you won't be able to define. And during the game, I don't think you're going to have to define it a lot. And what would be interesting to see is if either team gets a big lead, maybe if they have a tendency to ease up a little bit because it's brother on the other side.
Well, I think that when we get to the national anthem, we'll want to make one other point about the little gamesmanship here at the beginning of this game. But ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Performed, a recording by the Allegheny Camper Band. Some of those in attendance tonight. I have not spotted Toby's parents yet. I have spotted ACC head coach Bob Kirk sitting across the way from us with TVS's own and WCBC's own Tom O'Rourke and the all-world trainer Chris Rubenkamp also in attendance tonight.
Rubenkamp drove the limousine. He's the chauffeur.
All right, we're coming up on your Custom Floors tip-off. Custom Floors, owned and operated by Mike and Shirley Michelle since 1960, located in Burton Shopping Center, LaVale. The tip is up and controlled by the Rebels of South Hagerstown. Putting into motion Derek Brown, their point guard. And it appears Paul Allegheny's coming out in their man-to-man press.
Yeah, the man-to-man defense are in the half-court man-to-man, of course, after the tip.
And there's something I think we're going to see, and I didn't get a chance to do this matchup, but Gil Kidd and Jake Dermer, I think, are going to go at it long and hard. And Dermer's goal here is going to be to frustrate Kidd throughout this game.
All right, half-court man-to-man set up by South Hagerstown.
As Denny Salas brings it up. It's off to Mike Harvey. Harvey holds, looks out front to Fields. Back to Salas.
Allegheny using a high-low flash across the key.
Salas gives it off to Mike Harvey on the right side. Harvey kicks it back out front to Denny. Salas will back it out, take a look. He's off a pick by Fields. Holds his dribble up, goes to Fields. Fields down low. to Harvey. Outside to DJ for three. No good on the rainbow shot. Coming down with a rebound is Andy Bynum. And Bynum, as we mentioned, did not play in that overtime win against Walkersville.
Good defensive discipline by the Rebels.
Derek Brown gives it up in the corner to Bynum. His shot, reverse left, no good. DJ Jesse comes down with a rebound. Outlets to Fields.
Notice how quickly South Hagerstown got back on defense.
Salas with it. Back to Fields, paints the three. Drives from 18 is no good. Jesse with a rebound. His putback is good for two.
So deadly on the baseline. He gets the rebounds and gets a lot of putbacks. DJ Jesse, player of the year again, probably.
Good weak side rebounding position. Coming down with it. Bynum underneath. The shot up. No good, but a foul in the play.
Well, there's one of those slap reach fouls that we had talked about in the pregame.
And also the man whom we didn't, or Toby Eric, would least like to see get this kind of foul, and that's DJ Jesse.
So they show the ball, and then they go up with it. That's solid fundamental offense on the blocks. If you have traffic, show the ball, you can draw the foul.
6'5", Eddie Bynum misses on the first.
Bynum sat out the last game. He was kicked out of the game prior. That was the reason that he had to sit out the first game against Walkersville.
Bynum's second is also no good. Ball loose in the air, and Mike Harvey had the tip on it. Controls the big man does. Reverses to Dermer. Jake pulls up underneath. Goes to Salas. Good play inside, out of bounds. Good athletic move by Derek Brown. But the Campers maintain possession.
Harvey operating like a gazelle. Gets the ball to Dermer. Dermer underneath the Salas. It's going to be tipped out of bounds and nearly saved, but the backboard stopped that.
Dermer inbound to Fields. Fields with a clean lane. Goes high off the glass. No good. Coming out of the rebound is Bynum for South. He'll run it out. Tipped away. Mike Fields with a steal. And a foul call from behind? No.
Backcourt violation. They say that Fields tipped the ball, had control, and then tipped it backcourt. Here you see coming across the line. Michael will now dribble into the backcourt, and that'll be a turnover, but a good hustling defensive play by Michael Fields.
Colbert inbounds to Derek Brown. He goes against Salas. Now with it, drop pass inside. For Kidd, taken away by Dermer. Dermer for the Campers, 2-on-2. Dermer pulls up from 12. He's got it there.
He's a key to the game tonight, folks. He's been a key all season. Jake Dermer, the senior.
4-0, the Campers lead. Kidd with it. He'll bring it across the timeline.
Hagerstown looking a little bit disjointed and breaking the press.
Brown goes on the wing. This is Harris for three. It's up and no good. Jesse with a big rebound. DJ on the break goes. The drive. It's good. He's fouled. You count it.
All right. The basket's good. It's going to be 6-0 Allegheny with a chance to go 7-0 if DJ converts. Look at the drive here. He is really clubbed in there and does a nice job at following through with the left hand. Big key now for Todd Eric. Does he take the timeout? You get another look at DJ going toward the hole using the left hand. A lot of contesting there, and of course the contact and the foul.
And you've talked all season about DJ's strength. Oh, the in and out with the free throw. 6-0. The Campers lead. The foul there was on D. Harris, number 34. His first, team first. Harris is with the ball now on the left side. Spins around Dermer. Fade away. Is good. High off the glass and good.
He forgot to call glass, but it counts for two.
Pretty shot by D. Harris. 6-2. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Salas brings it up deliberately. Goes to Dermer. Dermer on Kidd. Kidd given a lot of room. He'll drive. Shot no good. Kidd with a rebound. Tipped out away. And a foul going to be on Jake Dermer.
Okay, Jake, another one of those reach fouls that we were talking about. Of course, Toby's deep on the bench, and he can bring off some big guys to kind of minimize the foul impact. He doesn't have to stay with somebody in particular. I imagine that he'll probably give Jake the benefit of the doubt here and keep him in until he gets his second. And hopefully that won't come before the end of the first quarter.
Remember, he's got Steve Friend on the bench yet. This is Harris dribbling through a lot of traffic. Holds up, leaves it off for Brown. Brown on the drive. Salas puts up the stop sign. Drop it in. Kidd, turn around, Jay. It's good.
All right, now Hagerstown answers.
And they tied at 6.
And it saves that timeout for Todd Eric. I thought that if it went 7-0, Todd was going to take the TO.
4:25 to go in the first quarter. Dermer gets loose on the baseline. Goes in against shot. Rejected there by Kidd. Coming down is Colbert. He'll give it off to Harris. His shot rejected by Mike Fields on the play.
Incredible defensive play by Fields, blocking the ball down onto the rim. Allegheny comes out of there with it.
Jesse with a steal. Dermer with the assist. Jesse drives in and a blocking foul. Going to be called on Ronnie Colbert of the Rebels.
Now, Allegheny is like a keg of dynamite. You never know when they're going to go on the big run. Here's the block. Fields goes up and slaps it off the rim and off the board. Oh, what a block.
P.T. Pierre. Finding Colbert is his first, team foul number 2. Dermer to inbound. Over top of Kidd. Gives it to Salas. Out front to Fields. Fields looks for Dermer. He's loose for 3 on the right wing. Too long. No good. Brown with a running rebound. Hagerstown 3-on-1 break. Dermer against Brown. Goes up off the glass. Brown scores.
Allegheny not doing a very good job of getting back on defense. And now we're tied at 6.
With 3:43 to go in the first quarter. Salas. The DJ, baseline, turner on Jay, off the back of the iron, no good. Brown with a rebound. Out of bounds, off the leg. Oh, incredible call. I thought it hit last off of Ronnie Colbert.
Let's see if there's going to be an overrule. No, there will not be. Toby says, hey, come on. It went off somebody else's foot.
Got a good case for that. But inbounding will be Colbert. He'll get it back. Leaves it across for Brown. Brown calls out the play in center circle. Gives it off. Colbert tipped out of his hands. Here's a quick replay here.
Here's the bounce pass. It goes off the back of Denny Salas's foot and onto the foot of Hagerstown player.
Harris for 3. It's up. It's no good. Kidd with a rebound. Fought with by Dermer. Kidd into the lane. Drive. Shot. No good. Credit Mike Harvey with a rearrangement. The shot this time is up. It's good by Colbert and a foul to play.
And Harvey with the foul. South Hagerstown celebrating. They've run off 8 consecutive points against Allegheny. And Friend will get in there. See if he can do a little bit more inside about maybe altering some shots.
Harvey doing a nice job there altering that shot. Colbert and Harvey coming in over the back.
Those are the things we talked about in the pregame, about reaching and not really getting good defensive position before you try to block the shot.
One more to go for Ronnie Colbert. Steve Friend into the lineup for the Campers for Harvey. A right-hander shot is good.
So a run of 6 by Allegheny, a run of 9 by South Hagerstown, and it's 9-6, the Rebels.
With 3 minutes to go in the first quarter as Salas gives it to Jesse on the wing. Jesse dump pass inside. Dermer from 12, partially blocked. Kidd comes down with a rebound. Dermer ties him up on the inside. The possession arrow does favor Hagerstown.
Now you got to look at Todd Eric there saying, hey, he didn't only tie him up, he held his hands. And Toby says, hey, it's all right, guys. Set up that press and see if you can get a turnover here.
Brown inbounds to Bynum. He'll leave it in the middle for Colbert. And Colbert will bring it down. Off the wing, back out front to Brown. He'll call the play.
Press break achieved by Flash in the middle.
Harris has a steal by Fields. He'll go to the hole. He'll score under Brown. How many times have you seen Mike Field clip and score? And it's 9-8 on the run. Off the knee of Harris, and Dermer comes down with it. The Campers a beneficiary of several early on mistakes by the Rebels. 2:12 to go in the first quarter.
And they still trail by 1.
To Jesse on the wing. DJ drives in the middle, puts it up from 15. Off the back of the iron, no good. Brown with a rebound. Brown tipped around inside. He's double teamed by Dermer. Finally gets it off the Kidd. Harassed there. Brown gets it across the timeline. Now to Harris. Harris on the drive. On Jesse. The shot is way up, no good. But a foul in the play underneath. Late whistle well after the shot was put up.
And the foul goes against Allegheny. D. Harris will go to the line.
It should be on Steve Friend. DJ, as you see, trying to stay away here. Trying to get it from the back, but Friend follows through and gets the body.
And Friend with his first foul.
And team foul number 4. And Toby wanting to know, wait a minute, the shot was all but gone, but the shot is still in motion until the player comes down on both feet.
Now you see the cheering section.
And D. Harris's free throw is no good.
There's the Allegheny cheering section. What you saw before, I think, was the exiled South Hagerstown section.
Exiled indeed. 1:51, as you see on that first quarter clock. And Harris with one more to go. It's up and it's good. And now Mr. Perpetual Motion for the Allegheny Campers, Adam Patterson comes into the lineup. And Mike Fields will take a seat. South will make its first change of the game. They'll bring in number 44, Cheese Swain. And Derek Brown will take a seat. Jesse inbound to Patterson. And he'll leave it back to Jesse. DJ loping up there, 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Salas gets the ball back.
I tell you, Whitaker adds so much enthusiasm to the game.
Here's Friend with a shot, no good. Kidd with a rebound. Double team there, but gets it out to Bynum.
Allegheny rushing their shots.
Yes.
And not only in time it takes to put them up, but also the way they're putting them up.
Swain gets it inside to Harris. Turnaround J by Harris is good. And it's 12-8. Campers trail South Hagerstown. Harvey gets a break. His shot is up. And let's see, did they call a goaltend on that? They call a blocking foul on Kidd. Pat Conley trailed the play. And let's see what they call.
I'm taking a look at Harvey underneath. He's not moving very much right now.
He hit the deck pretty hard, mainly on his hip, as he was undercut by Bill Kidd. Now, more importantly, they call the foul here, but the shot was released before the contact, and it was tipped as he saw off the middle there, but they'll call it a two-shot foul.
Will be a two-shot foul as he was going in toward the basket and releasing the ball. Foul committed because Kidd took his body into Harvey, and Harvey limps off the court, and he's having a tough time of it. And Jake Dermer will come back. There's Harvey now. He just really goes down hard on his
on the right hip.
Right hip.
A lineup change coming in for South, number 31, Mike Webb. And on the friend, Jake Dermer. It is up and good.
There's Jake, a pretty good foul shooter.
And you're allowed to do that on an injury. And Dermer with one more to go. It is up, and it is also good. 12-10 your score. Hagerstown in the lead with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Harris gets the ball to Weber. Taken away by Patterson. Campers 4-on-3. Patterson goes himself. He'll score.
Adam Whitaker with the basket, and we're tied at 12.
Bynum. Taken away there by Dermer. Fought for with Mike Webb, and Webb comes up with it. And it's taken away there by Whitaker. Whitaker on the run. Has Dermer underneath, goes with a 10-footer. Too hard, no good. Friend with a tip, it's no good. Friend. And a jump possession. Good call by Pat Conley as he was tied up in the middle with Eddie Bynum.
Think anything has gotten any easier for the Eric family up in the stands? I don't think so.
Not yet. The Campers get the possession arrow, and Jake Dermer will inbound. Lambier leaves it inside for Salas. Out front to Whitaker. Whitaker drop pass to DJ. Turnaround Jay. Too hard, no good. Friend with a big rebound. And where does it go? It'll belong to Hagerstown as Friend carried it out of bounds over the end line.
Hey, with 31 seconds, South Hagerstown concentrating on breaking the press. There you see Todd Eric talking to his troops, and then I think they might go for one shot.
Bynum gets it across court to Weber. Tipped away there, but in, the walk by Colbert. No call there. Colbert gives it off to Harris. His shot is up and no good. Friend comes up with a rebound. Says, find me a guard, please. And Denny Salas obliges him.
12 seconds. Allegheny has to get organized in a hurry and get it going. 8 seconds on the clock.
Salas with it.
5, 4, 3.
Ball taken away by Weber, and the buzzer will sound with no further damage on the scoreboard. But at the end of one, your Battery Warehouse. We cranked it up here in the first quarter. We're tied at 12. And we'll be back right after this. Beginning of the second quarter, we are tied 12-all. And Paul, that is every indication of how hard this first quarter was played.
Oh, very definitely. Allegheny started off with a 6-0 run. South Hagerstown came back with a 9-0 run to make it 96. Allegheny then came back, and it was seesaw till the end of the quarter, wound up 12-12. South Hagerstown breaking the press by flashing the opposite forward, if you will, on the press into the middle to receive the ball. They've done a good job at handling the Allegheny press so far, although they did get a bit ragged in the last, minute and a half.
But the matchup, Kidd and Dermer, has been a very interesting one as well. Coming into the second quarter with the ball is Swain. Leaves it off for Brown from 15, in and out, no good. Salas with a rebound. Salas will hold up now. Swain on him, gives it over to Whitaker, and it was that Denny thought Adam was going to break and just didn't do it.
Going to look at Toby Eric on the sideline, walking in front of brother Teddy.
Swain to inbound, has to do it over Mike Friend and does. Puts it in the middle, leaves it there for Colbert. He'll give it off to Bynum. And Bynum will drive on the baseline. Up with a scoop shot. No, left it inside for Kidd. Rejected by Steve Friend, but a foul to play.
It seems that every foul whistled against Allegheny so far has been one where they are swatting at the ball. There's Kidd inside, and yeah, Friend got him. No question.
The foul on Friend is his second. Importantly, though, that's team foul number 5 on the Campers. And on the line for 2 is Billy Kidd. And the free throw is in and out, no good.
What a great name, Billy Kidd.
One more to go for the big center for the Rebels at South Hagerstown. This one's good, and the tie is broken, 13-12. South leads, 7.5 to go in the first half.
Scott Robinette put a check into Toby Eric at the next whistle.
Salas brings it up across the timeline. Calls the play. Whitaker in motion. Salas with it on the wing. Tipped out of bounds by Derek Brown.
The sideline battle, Toby down to one knee. Ted last we saw in a catcher's crutch.
Scott Robinette in, all 6'9" of them. Dermer back out front to Salas. To Fields. Back to Salas. Inside, stolen away by Brown. Leaves it for Bynum. Bynum behind the back. Whitaker almost took it away from him. Bynum still with it. Inside, tipped away. Good play by Brown. He saved it on the outside. Leaves it there for Swain. Swain in the corner. Colbert feints the 3. Gives it off to Bynum. Bynum.
Go ahead.
Turnaround J by Bynum is good.
Neither team showing a lot of diligence, but South Hagerstown at that time worked the ball a little bit, got a decent shot inside the paint area, and they lead by 3.
15-12 with 6:39 to go. They get it to Robinette, to Salas. On the baseline to Dermer. Dermer. Flip pass, can Whitaker save it? No, he can't as it goes in the first row. And it will be Rebel ball with 6.5 to go in the first half.
DJ Jesse coming back in. Now here's the pass coming back outside, and you can see Whitaker just saying, I just can't get to it.
Whitaker out as Jesse comes in. Brown takes the ball for the Rebels. Met there by Salas. Holds up. Goes in the lane. Harris. Drop pass inside. Turn around by Swain's no good. Coming down with the rebound is DJ Jesse. The shot by Bynum, rather, not Swain. DJ has it off his knee, and they'll give it back to Salas. To Fields. Back to Salas again. Then he drives, gives it to DJ. To Salas again to Mike Field. Looking for Robinette inside. They get it to Salas. Jesse, baseline, too long, no good. Dermer with a rebound, though, goes inside. He'll score off the dew drop in.
Went straight toward the basket instead of the glass, and I think that screwed up the defense a little bit.
A foul in the backcourt. And it's going to be on Denny Salas. Picks up his first, team foul number 6. You see it here, just a little blocking foul by Salas. And I don't think Denny Salas has had 5 fouls in the games that we've done this season.
He's going to be okay. Certainly they don't want him in foul trouble because he is the experienced point guard.
5:44 to go in the first half as Brown gets it back. Leaves it for Kidd inside. Challenged by Robinette. Puts it up anyway and scores. Whoa. Good play, Billy Kidd over the 6'9"er.
Okay, Scott has to get his hands straight up and down there to make him as tall as he can be. Gave a little room for trajectory there, and that led to the basket.
Hagerstown by 3 with 5:22 to go in the first half. Fields to Salas again. Salas picked off by Hagerstown.
Telegraphed it.
Tipped by Colbert. Brown comes down with it. 5:12 to go in the first half, and Brown with it. Goes to Colbert. Colbert, a little shake and bake. Jesse has him turn around. The Kidd forces one over Robinette. No good. Robinette gets the rebound. Leaves it for Jesse. Campers 3-on-2 to Salas. Goes up the glass and scores for 2.
What a tremendous bounce pass by DJ Jesse, and South Hagerstown throws it away as they try to go long against the press. A good idea. Poor execution. Now watch DJ here with the left hand. He maintains the dribble, bounce pass, diagonal through the zone. or the retreating defenders, I should say. The basket to Salas, running the court very well with 4:48 to play in the second quarter. 17-16 South Hagerstown.
Dermer inbound, long to Fields and to Salas.
You get the feeling Allegheny's about ready to kick into a run, don't you, Jamie?
Yes, sir. You can feel that coming. Fields and Salas play catch, 4:38 to go. And again, that pass telegraphed, tipped off, last touch by Jesse, they say, and South will have it. And that's twice now, and almost 3 times actually, that ball's been tipped or taken away on that side. So Brown will take over. Campers trail by 1, 17-16, 4.5 to go in the first half. Little shake and bake by Harris. He'll drive, baseline, shot no good. Robinette made him rearrange that shot, goes up with a rebound, and he's fouled in the play.
Looks like Jake Dermer's going to get the call. And you see the score, and now you see the action inside as Dermer has maybe a little bit of a case there because he didn't do much of the creating of the contact.
But Robinette doing what he is supposed to do. The free throw is up and no good by D. Harris. The foul on Dermer is his second, but Paul, that is the 7th team foul. So for the remaining 4:22, Hagerstown will be in the bonus.
Dermer with 2, Friend with 2. Robinette's in the game now, and Harvey is on the bench with a little bit of an injury. So
Harris with the second. This one's good. Colbert is out, and Corey Barnett, number 51, in for South. 4:18 to go. The Campers trail by 2. Salas looks right, goes to Jesse on that right side. Back out front to Salas, to Fields. Fields, alley-oop play for Jesse. Oh, flying Melendez are home, and Jesse put it in with the right hand. DJ with a tip. Can he save it in bounds? He can't. Goes to Salas, to Fields. Fields goes off the glass. Quick score for 2. He's fouled, and you can't count it.
they moved DJ Jesse to the front of the press where Jake Dermer was playing earlier in the game. He created a lot of activity there. Allegheny down by a pair at the beginning of the sequence. Here's a chance to go up by 3. Look at this alley-oop. Okay, first of all, the alley-oop. Now DJ jumps into the press position. The inbound. DJ comes up, tips the ball away. Saves it inbound. Salas steps in. Here's the pass to Fields. He gets the basket and the foul.
And he's fouled on the play by number 51, Corey Barnett. And who's on the line for the extra point? It is up, and it is good. 1 victory lap and through, and the Campers take the lead, 21-18, under 4 to go. Fields with a tip, and a good play. Last touch, D. Harris. And the Campers take over. We've said this time and time again, how many times have you ever seen Mike Fields do that for the Campers?
Got to look at Todd Eric there saying, well, I knew this was going to happen at some point. Hopefully we can weather the storm.
Well, you called the run. Fields to DJ. Plays off a screen by Dermer. Shot's no good. Robinette almost had the rebound. Taken away there on a good play by Ebby Bynum. Bynum pulls up for 3. It is in and out, no good. Dermer with a rebound. Long on the weak side. The Campers will drive. Dermer still with the basketball on front to Salas. 3:22 to go. Fields, 4-3 on the left wing. It's no good. Dermer with a tip. Collects the ball over Brown. The ball saved into Robinette. Jump shot by Robinette is no good. And coming down with the rebound is Corey Barnett. Outlets to Harris. Harris, little shake and bake on Salas. Can't do it there, but the ball is tipped down and goes back out to Brown. Good save there by Corey Barnett of South. Brown with it. 3 minutes to go. Bynum. High post. Turnaround Jay. It is no good. Jesse with a rebound. Took that one away from Barnett. Jesse on the run. Tip intended for Salas. Or rather for intended for Dermer. He wanted to go right. And right the first time. He went to Salas.
Yeah, this is a victory of sorts for South Hagerstown because they make Allegheny set up in their half court. Offense.
2:47 to go. The Campers up by 3.
I think it's imperative also when South Hagerstown has the ball that they show a little bit more patience on offense. The last time down, not too bad.
Jesse gets the half hoop and it'll go off the glass.
Allegheny on a 7-0 run.
And they are in the rhythm.
And Mike Harvey back in the game.
Long pass. Here's an easy one. Up with a shot and good. Ronnie Colbert. And if you're going to break the press, buddy, that's the way to break it.
Well, it's a breakdown on the back line of the press. There's a guy back there that should not let the deepest Hagerstown guy get beyond him, and he did that time.
23-20, Campers lead. 2:20 to go as Fields drives from 15. It's good. 25-20. Nearly a steal on the play. Coming down with the ball is Colbert. Dribbles through traffic. Leaves it. Kirk Barnett. Barnett trying to get the pass inside. Intended there for D. Harris. And last touch by the Campers.
25-20 Allegheny. Here you see the Allegheny big guy getting his hand up there to knock the ball away.
Harris off the inbound. The shot is no good. DJ with a stratosphere rebound. Goes to Salas. Salas cuts in the middle. Goes to Fields. Fields double clutch shot. No good, but a foul on the play.
I think Kidd's going to be whistled for it. If that's Kidd, that might be his third.
It is on Kidd, number 30. Again, we've talked about this all season long as well with these Campers. The no-look pass, the good feel for where they are on the floor.
It's Kidd's second foul, folks.
And that'll put Mike Fields on the line. He'll have a deuce.
Of course, Allegheny, if Fields is successful on his second shot, will have an opportunity to jump into the press. They're up 26-20 now, a 6-point lead. And they're on a run. Bar that long breakaway screw-up on defense pass that South Hagerstown was very fortunate to come up with. And they're really on a big run.
Barnett out, Bynum back in. Fields with a second is good. 27-20 with 1:54 to go. And Bynum with it. Cross to Brown. Brown in the middle where you need to go with that ball. Colbert comes up with it. Leaves it to Bynum again. Bynum in the middle. Drives, puts it up, and it's good. Dermer there had to kind of fend off a little bit, Paul. He didn't want to pick up his third.
Yeah, that's one thing that's in South Hagerstown's favor right now. Allegheny, of course, on the run, but South Hagerstown knows that their big guys are in a little bit of foul difficulty.
90 seconds to go in the first half. The Campers up by 5. Back to Fields in the corner. DJ playing off a screen by Mike Harvey. Hit the back of the rim. No good. Brown with a rebound. Brown challenged in the middle, and a double dribble, and again there, DJ Jesse. Mike Fields had the first pop at him, Paul. DJ got the second one in there and caused a double dribble.
When you come from behind on an offensive player, it's called snaking the ball. And you caught the tail end of it there, and by snaking at the ball, they turned it over. Of course, that's the discontinued dribble, and that creates the turnover.
You've got to be good at that, because a lot of officials will call that coming in from behind. This is Salas. Alley-oop for Harvey. Comes off the bound and he'll score.
Excellent pass, but also a great job by Harvey, realizing that he had to come back down before completing the shot.
29-22, under a minute to go. Rolling through traffic right now is D. Harris. Harris and Fields mixing it up. Ball goes out of bounds. Belongs to the Campers. The last touch by D. Harris.
Okay, 50 seconds to play. Allegheny by 7. With a chance to extend their lead by halftime. It's a little bit too long for them to be holding the basketball for one shot.
Agreed. Salas with it. Will drive on Bynum. Goes to Jesse. Inside to Dermer. Wasn't expecting the pass. Goes back to Jesse. Out front to Salas.
Hagerstown goes to a 1-3-1.
Fields to Salas again. And with Bynum out front, that's quite a chaser.
Well, he cuts down on the passing lanes from the point guard.
Fields goes on the baseline to Harvey. Looking for somebody to go through. Harvey had the ball up on his hip. Tries to get it out. Does. Gets it to Salas. 19 seconds to go.
I think they'll go for one shot now. There's 15 seconds on the clock.
Bynum after Salas, rather. They go to Jesse. DJ inside. Dermer. Baseline from 12. Swish! 31-22. 6 seconds to go. They may not even get the ball in the front court. Bynum to Brown with 1. And the buzzer sounds. It's been a rockin' first half of basketball. And at the end of 60, it's the Campers 31, South Hagerstown 22. Scoreboard brought to you by Beckman's Green Street Pharmacy. We'll be back right after this.
Get a look at Bob Kirk there.
Hi, Coach.
And Tom O'Rourke on the left.
He's the thin one.
And on the right side, it was Chris Rupenkamp, the chauffeur.
We're at halftime. Allegheny leads South Hagerstown 31-22. And joining us now from Allegheny Hearing and Speech Associates and Allegheny Rehabilitation, Tim Parnell. Tim, great game tonight, huh?
It is a very tight game tonight. It's a compliment to both of the coaches, brother against brother fighting this game.
One of the things that you guys are involved in is sports medicine. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Right. Well, first of all, we're a multidisciplinary rehab facility. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and audiology services. We're located in Cumberland, Oakland, and Hagerstown. We have 2 outpatient clinics and about 12 nursing home contracts within the 3 cities. So fairly diverse with our.
Now, we were talking before the game tonight. You tell me that one of the things that you're treating now more and more often is jumper's knee. What's that all about?
Jumper's knee. Jumper's knee is a condition that a lot of the basketball players have. It's generally a tendonitis that affects the patellar tendon, which is it hooks the kneecap to the lower leg. A lot of guys who are doing a lot of ballistic jumping from time to time, and they really overuse that tendon, and they can develop a tendonitis in that tendon. Also, they can develop what they call a patellofemoral syndrome, patellofemoral pain syndrome, which involves the kneecap. And what I'm seeing with a lot of the adolescent athletes is that they go and they strengthen their muscles so much, and they've grown so much and so quickly over the last year to 2 years that they really haven't stretched out their muscles appropriately. And then they go and try to strengthen those tightened muscles, and they just cause a huge imbalance, which end up giving a kneecap pain.
So stretching is one of the key to preventions, huh?
Right, very, very key. I was working with one of the basketball athletes pre-seasonal to work on that same concept. Stretch out the tight muscles and strengthen the weakened muscles appropriately in what we call a closed chain fashion. It's a little bit different than getting on a quad machine and kicking your leg out. In other words, everything that I'm doing is squats and mini squats, toe raises, using some modified plyometrics as well.
So if you do come down with it, what do you do for it?
Well, what we do is it needs really somebody who's qualified in sports medicine to take a look at the knee to evaluate the inflexibility in the hamstrings as well as the quad tendon and the patellar tendon. And then once you find out which muscles are definitely tight, you start stretching those muscles. With adolescent athletes, you can't really use a lot of modalities like moist heat or ultrasound because this can affect their growth plates. So we don't want to affect their growth pattern at all. So we definitely don't use ultrasound or anything that we typically use on an older patient for pain. So a lot of times these athletes just basically they respond very well to appropriate stretching and appropriate strengthening.
How long of a rehabilitation program is typical for rehabilitating jumper's knee?
Generally about 4 weeks. We can generally get the problem taken care of. And that's followed up with a good home exercise program in conjunction with the therapy.
Okay, if somebody would come down with jumper's knee, say at the beginning of January, would they have to lay off basketball entirely during this, or how would this take place?
Not necessarily. With my certification as an athletic trainer, I can use certain and specialized taping techniques to take the forces off the knee, and so you can tape that individual. Normal return, for us to return a person to play, they have to have normal range of motion, normal strength, and they have to be able to perform all the sports-related activities without any pain. So that's where I come in, and I can come in and evaluate for sports-specific training.
What other type of sports injuries do you deal with at Allegheny Rehab?
We deal with anything with shoulder dislocation, hand problems. Basketball players, they jam a lot of fingers, and you kind of use the buddy system for taping when you're working at that. A lot of anterior cruciate ligament tears. Basketball, it's very common to have a lot of inverted ankles, so we see a lot of that. What I like to say is, one more thing, is that in the future, possibly starting this spring, Allegheny Rehab, we're going to devote a lot of time towards sports medicine, and I'd like to work closely with some of the team physicians for preseason physical as well as conditioning and flexibility programs, so these athletes don't have these predisposing conditions.
Tim Parnell, Allegheny Hearing and Speech, Allegheny Rehabilitation. How do they get a hold of you, real quick?
Okay, Johnson Heights Medical Building. Call 759-4558. I'd be happy to take a look at any of the injured athletes or anybody that's having any problems.
Okay, thank you, Tim. And we're at halftime. Allegheny leads 31-22 over South Hagerstown. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
The Campers would like to add another one of those banners coming up at the end of this season. And they're taking that first step tonight as they are ahead of North Hagerstown 31-22. The second half ready to go. And Paul, as you called it, the Campers came out with about 3 minutes left in that second quarter and looked they were poised to take a run, and they did.
They certainly did, Jamie. They have the ball to begin the second half and can extend the lead to double digits. I think they have to be a little bit patient here and not fire up the first near shot that they get.
You mentioned that as a key, being patient on offense. Jesse works the ball inside to Dermer. The steal by Hagerstown. Coming up with it is Bynum. Bynum cross court to Brown, and he'll score.
So there's a 4-point swing right there, and South Hagerstown now back down by 7.
Just underway here in the second half. Salas with Brown on his hip. Leaves it for Jesse. DJ holds, looks out front for Mike Fields. To Salas. Looking for Mike Harvey. Harvey will put it up from 15. Switch! And that's something that you don't count a lot of. Your big man being able to score from that far outside.
That creates a different kind of problem for Hagerstown's big guy.
Kidd brings it up, leaves it there for Bynum. Bynum. The shot up and good. No good play by Harris as he had to redirect that shot, put a little more air under it. And it's 33-26, 7 minutes to go. In the third quarter, the Campers are ahead.
So far, 1 Allegheny turnover and 3 for 3 shooting by the two teams.
Salas to Harvey again. Out front to Fields. To Salas once again. They'll swing it to Jesse. Jesse with some room to move goes over to Harvey. Wrapped out of his hand. Last touch by Hagerstown. A little punch out there by Eddie Bynum.
Get a look at Todd Eric on the sideline.
And Dermer to inbound. He'll be opposed there by Bill Kidd. All 6'5" of him. Dermer looks, still looks, still looks. Better go deep, and he does. Goes to DJ. Jesse drives in, leaves it for Fields on the left side. Head feint, trying to get Bynum in the air. Shot swatted away by Bynum. Last touch, though, by DJ, and it will belong to Hagerstown.
So Hagerstown will come up with the ball with a chance to cut this one to 5.
You run the risk there, Paul, with the Fields when he didn't get anyone Bynum to move on that head feint. The steal, good play by Salas as he avoided the backcourt. Fields scores off the glass for 2.
Jailbreak play by Michael Fields. Great play by Dennis Salas. Offensive foul now whistled against Hagerstown as Eddie Bynum.
Not the least bit happy with the call. But we'll see on the replay here. DJ does establish himself with position.
Okay, here's the drive by Fields. Nobody got in front of him. He just went right to the glass.
Shielded the ball very well with his body.
Now the inbound. Here comes Bynum up the court. And DJ gets there and
a little acting job.
Yeah, falls down a little bit, but that was good defensive position, I would say.
Jesse double clutches off the glass. No good, but he is fouled into play.
He's so explosive. If you have the assignment of guarding DJ Jesse, you have to realize that he's willing to take it to the basket at any time, so you can't let down. A little bit of a hole there. DJ was able to capitalize and draw the foul, and now Allegheny in the position they were at halftime with a chance to make this lead a double-figure lead.
Jesse with the first of 2 does make it a 10-point lead. 36-26, 6:08 to go in the third. The foul, by the way, on number 34, D. Harris is his second. Team foul number 2 here for Hagerstown in the second half. And Jesse with 1 more to go. And it's perfect. Campers up by 11, 37-26. And with the ball is Colbert. Harassed there by 2 Campers, gives it away. Harvey tips, Fields gets it. Mike pulls up, goes to DJ on the baseline from 10, it's good.
I think Todd's going to need a timeout. If they get it up the court, I think he'll take one.
Harris tips it away, Mike Fields. Here's Mike Harvey, 3-on-1 break. Harvey goes to the hole, doesn't get it. Jesse gets the tip, it's no good. Fields with a rebound. The Campers with 3 shots at it. Harvey, he'll pull up from 12. Swish! And it's 41-26.
Todd wants a timeout. Will he get it? No.
Brings it up, taken away by Dermer. Third successive turnover by the Campers. Dermer drives it inside. It is last touched by North Hagerstown. Todd Eric wants a timeout real bad.
And
he gets the tourniquet timeout.
Yeah, he's going to get it now. Jamie, he was going to take it, and they had a 2-on-1. And when he saw the 2-on-1, he said, well, I'll let the 2-on-1 go because the numbers are in our favor. But at that point, the big interception, I think it was Dermer, and they came the other way. Allegheny up by 15. Yeah, it is a tourniquet timeout. You got to stop the bleeding right here. South Hagerstown has to do something to get back in the game.
And it just has been, you mentioned this early on, if Hagerstown could sustain themselves against the press of Allegheny. And we talked earlier before the broadcast about if this game was tight at halftime, it may be the Campers' conditioning that really starts to wear down in Hagerstown.
Yeah, that's one thing, but although Hagerstown has used a couple of different players off the bench too, I don't think that there's been any difference in numbers of players or amount of playing time from the starters or anything between these teams. Allegheny made an adjustment in their press. Usually you'll see the Campers trap as soon as the ball comes in play. They started getting a couple traps at half court now and drawing a couple offensive fouls, and that has changed the tempo a little bit and changed what maybe Hagerstown was looking for.
Possession goes to the Campers.
This is a nice try by South Hagerstown.
Tried to feint in there.
Of course, Rick Pitino would turn them all in, huh?
Colbert tried to get in there and get the inbounds pass. But Dermer goes to Jesse. DJ adjusts his shot, no good. Dermer with it underneath. The shot is up. It's no good, but a foul to play.
We got 3 or 4 guys going after DJ that time. There was apparently some contact, but no call, and then Dermer came in.
The foul is on Ebby Bynum, number 24, as he got the foul on the follow-through coming up right there.
See, the reason that DJ didn't draw the foul is he was falling away from that contact. There was a little bit of contact, but he was falling away from it. He wasn't going into it.
So Dermer gets 2 free ones, and it's good in the first. The foul on Bynum is his second, team foul number 3 on the Rebels here in the second half. And Dermer with 1 more to go. It's 42-26. 5:13 to go in the third quarter. Dermer makes them both. 43-26.
Change up for Hagerstown as they bring Shea Swain into the game.
And going out will be Ronnie Colbert. Swain to inbound, goes to Brown. Picked off by Jesse to Fields. Across to Harvey. Finger layup is good for 2. Jesse almost gets the steal, goes to Bynum. Across the back, Fields picks it from him. 3-on-1 Campers. Jesse loses the handle on the ball, goes out of bounds, and will belong to the Rebels. Trying to get a little too cute inside.
Here's Fields now with the interception. And here comes Fields going to dish it to DJ. And he was in traffic, and the ball goes off his hands out of bounds.
This is Harris. The shot is no good. Harvey outduels Kidd for the rebound, but taken away there by D. Harris. To Brown for 3. And it's good.
This is one situation where Hagerstown might have to use that 3-point basket to get back in it. After that 3, they're still down by 16. A lot of time to go in this game, 4:41. Late in the game, you might see him go to that 3-point offense if this lead stays between, say, 12 and 18 points.
Salas with it to Jesse. DJ, drop pass for Dermer on the baseline. Jake, shot rejected by Bynum, but a foul to play.
Very quick step to get to the baseline. Jake takes it here. There he goes. There's the step and the dribble, and of course, not enough time for the defense to get set, so they have to take a whack at the ball, and it is a foul. And number 3 on number 24, Ebby Bynum.
Number 4 on the team, and Dermer back on the line for 2. Lambier's first shot is good.
There's a difference. Lambier's retired.
Here's a neat end zone shot. You can get that again going up the Camper. Arms up, and the shot drops. They'll go with the arms. It is no good. Coming up with the rebound is Kidd. Elbows out. That's legal. A lot of hue and cry there, but there's nothing wrong with that as long as he doesn't swing him. This is coming down the floor with it. This Swain. Swain still with Salas on his hip. Gives it off to Harris. Harris, a little shake and bake on Fields. Pulls it up from 15. It's no good. Coming down with a shot is Bynum. He'll go for the glass, or go for the score rather. Disdains the glass on the fadeaway. And it's 46-31. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Salas drops it to Dermer. High post side. Dermer moving on Kidd between the legs with a dribble. The DJ. Swish! From 18. 48-31. Campers lead. Still in the press. This is Swain. Swain bowls over, and a blocking foul this time on DJ Jesse.
That time he started to lay down a little bit, and he was still moving his left leg, I believe, as he was going down. Now watch this. There he's going down, and yeah, he's just a little contact there and started moving that leg a little bit, and the official says, that's a blocking foul. Number 2 on you, DJ.
Which is a good sign this late in the game. This is Swain with Salas. In the corner to Harris for 3. Too long. And Harvey gets the rebound. Out to Jesse. Jesse drives, leaves it, Fields, waits for the Harris to go across him, and scores off the glass.
The Tom Cruise Top Gun move of the night.
50 to 31. Brown on the break. Rejected by Mike Fields. Dermer brings it across. Dermer into the lane. Tipped out of his hands by Swain. This is Jesse. In and out. No good. And Bynum with the rebound. Outlets to Swain on the sideline. Swain dribbles through traffic. Good job there. Swain comes up and calls a timeout. Todd Eric wants to call 911.
Yeah. Another thing is Hagerstown's tired. One of the timeout situations there happened because it was a 1-on-4. Allegheny was swiping at the ball and running up and down the court, and Hagerstown, tongues wagging a little bit, was at the other end of the court.
That's the point I was really trying to make about the Allegheny conditioning. That they're able to run this floor back and forth. Basically with a starting five. We've seen Adam Patterson in. Steve Friend has been in and out. But basically it's been this five. In fact, Toby has not made a lineup change here in the third quarter.
Who is that guy?
That's working press. That's a married Darrell Lee Powell. Don't you flash at us, young man.
Give us that red light district.
That's
huh?
right.
All right. Darrell Lee Powell, of course, News 25 Alive. Does some work every now and then for commercial video services, and he's here covering the game tonight. And of course, I love it when cameramen shoot cameramen.
A reminder in the early game today, the Westmar Wildcats, the Lady Cats win over Williamsport 52-30. Michelle Adams with 20 points, Cammie Cutter with 11 points. Congratulations to the Lady Wildcats of Westmar as they move on. Harris inbounds to Brown. Drop pass, almost taken away by Jesse. To Harris, underneath. To Bynum, shot partially rejected by Harvey, and Fields comes down with it. Fields at a gallop, going through traffic to Dermer. Dermer, a little shake and bake on there, has to pull it up on Bynum. Goes to Harvey. Harvey on the baseline from 15. No good. And Kidd with a rebound. Kidd basically has been a non-factor in this game.
He really hasn't gotten involved in running the court very well. He's kind of been at a trot. He altered some shots early and got some big points early, but since that time he hasn't.
Swain on the drive. The shot up no good. Bynum and Dermer deal for it. Kidd with the rebound. Kidd pump fakes once, goes up with a shot. It's good. He is fouled.
So he has a chance to cut into the Allegheny lead. Steve Friend will be coming back into the Allegheny lineup.
The foul beyond Mike Harvey.
And could that be 3 on Harvey? Well, it would be 2 on Mike Harvey. So Allegheny with none of their players with 3 yet. And that's a good sign for Toby Eric. Adam Whitaker about to come back in for the Campers, replacing Michael Fields.
Who's had a tremendous basketball game.
If Kidd is successful on this free throw, let's see if Hagerstown jumps into a press. They have to do something to up-tempo the game so they can get some offensive points.
Kidd, the 6'5", is up no good. Dermer takes the rebound away from the taller Bynum. Outlets to Jesse. Taken away there by Kidd. Here comes the big guy looking for a guard. Waits for help. Gives it to Bynum. Bynum in the corner. This is Brown for 3. In and out, no good. Whitaker duels with Harris for the rebound, and it belongs to South Hagerstown.
Get a good look at Pat Conley, and no question by Adam Whitaker. That's usually an indication that it was a good call.
And when old Law and Order calls him, you don't question him. Here's the Gooch man over there beside town.
How'd he get on that bench?
By invitation, I guess. Harris for 3. In and out, no good. Coming down with it is DJ on the long rebound. Jesse at a gallop behind the back pass. Tough pass. Friend. It is good. One bounce off the rim and through.
Oh, nice pass by DJ Jesse.
52-33 with 1.5 to go as Swain brings it up on the wing. Drop pass inside for Bynum. Taken away by Steve Friend. Friend is fouled from behind. And this is a crucial foul, I believe, for Abby Bynum. That may be his 4th.
I think it's his 4th, but is it an intentional foul? I think if you grab somebody like this, that's intentional. And if it is intentional, then we go away with everybody behind the foul line.
And check the call. They do not call it an intentional foul. It's on the floor. And that is number 4 on Abby Bynum.
Jamie O'Hanlon.
Paul, the handsome one down here to my left.
I'm hiding.
My mother always told me I had a face made for radio.
I hide because it saves cameras.
Whitaker gives it to Salas. Salas on Swain, gives it off to DJ. GJ in a mismatch with Brown to Whitaker. Shot up too hard, no good. And Friend with a good save to Jesse. The shot put by Jesse is up no good. Turner on Jay. Dermer in and out, no good. And we've got bodies crashing the boards underneath. And we'll check the call. Friend went hard to the board. Kidd went hard to the board. And the foul's going to be on Steve Friend.
His third.
Here's DJ with that shot put.
Take a little hard. And the battle for the rebound, that's where the foul came. As Friend came on the back.
So Swain to inbound. Goes to Brown. And Brown immediately fouled there by Denny Salas.
Salas' second foul. Again, there's no force out. There hasn't been a force out, I think, for 25 years in basketball now. And anytime there's a situation where somebody goes out of bounds as a result of contact, the referee has to make a determination of a foul.
The foul there is a second on Salas. That's got to be a record, too. Team foul number 4. With the ball on the wing is Colbert. Drops it inside. Jesse took it away. Here come the Campers. 4 on 2, but he'll leave it out front. And look at this. Kidd and Harris taking a good old time getting up the floor. Whitaker. Drop pass inside. Robinette. Turner on Jay. That's a victory lap and falls through.
Well, now the lead is 21-54-33.
With half a minute to go. Harris. Whitaker from behind. Took it away. Does he stay in bounds? He does. To Salas. With 26 to go.
What a save behind the back.
You would have to be here to believe it. Jesse, high post, drives, shot, in and out, no good. Robinette battles for the rebound. It comes down, though, to Brown. Brown triple teamed on the baseline, gets it out with 11 seconds to go. To Kidd. Kidd with 8. Leaves it for Brown. No, still leaves it in the corner. This is Harris with 2. Harris, will he get the shot off? It is up, and it's no good. The Camper fans come to their feet as we play 3 quarters. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's the Campers 54 and the Rebels 33. Back with 4th quarter action right after this.
What a play by Adam Whitaker, saving the ball inbounds to Dennis Salas.
The human highlight reel tonight. The Allegheny cheerleaders in the end zone down to our right. The Campers are 8 minutes away from advancing.
54-33. A real uphill battle for Todd Eric and his South Hagerstown Rebels.
And they hung tough in the first 2 quarters of this game.
The execution has yielded to fatigue. And that's a big problem right now because, you know, Allegheny's not going to take off the press until Toby is totally confident that he has this game in hand.
This is Barnett. Shot rejected inside. The shot again, this time a foul. As Colbert went up with the rebound, Scott Robinette with his sizable bulk in the way, and he'll draw the foul.
Hey, this is an outstanding series of playing basketball by Scott Robinette. I mean, he picks up the foul at the end, but he got out, he blocked one shot, and then went right down to the baseline and made another defensive play. I thought that was an outstanding play.
And hit a nice soft 10-footer down here in the 3rd quarter. On the line for 2, Robbie Colbert. The first is up, and it's good. And South, Paul, had their problem shooting free throws in the first half.
Yeah, of course, they were facing the Allegheny cheering section.
1 more to go for Colbert. And this one rattles around, and Robinette gets the rebound. 54-34, the Campers up. 7:46 to go in the contest, and Salas will bring it up against Swain. Holds it up, needs some help. Somebody moved to the ball, they do. And it's taken away there by Colbert. Colbert drives. The shot is up, it's no good. Swain with the rebound. His shot, he's munched from behind. And Scott Robinette will pick it up.
Get a look at the South Hagerstown bench. Pat Grove in the middle there. Todd Eric on the right. And with it 7.5 minutes to play and down by 20, the answers are not really that apparent. Allegheny, go ahead.
Scott Robinette out, DJ Jesse back in.
Robinette gave an excellent series of basketball minutes there. Maybe the best I've seen him here. Well, I haven't seen him for a couple weeks, but I mean, in a couple weeks.
The first is up and no good by Shea Swain. 7.5 to go. That foul on Robinette was his second. Team foul number 6 on the Campers. And Swain with one more to go. And this one hits. Now South jumps into full court pressure as Fields leaves it for Salas.
That's a different kind of way of going to the middle, but it was effective.
Right. Salas with it, had a dribble off his hands and out of bounds. And that's something you will rarely see. Two things you'll rarely see with Denny Salas. One, having the ball taken away from him, and secondly, making a dribbling mistake.
Allegheny up by 19. It could have come at a worse time.
Inside with it. The shot up and good. Good play by Colbert as he put it up over DJ. 54-37 with 7:05 to go. Fields drops it for Jetson. DJ drives in the middle and taken away there by Colbert. Colbert ahead to Brown. Brown, the underneath layup rejected there. I believe it was Whitaker. But on the follow-up, we get a score from D. Harris. A timeout called on the play by the Allegheny Campers.
Okay, you see.
Let's see who gets a piece of this ball.
Allegheny gets back on defense. Hagerstown following with two players to follow up on the basket. And that's good news for Todd Eric. Hagerstown, South Hagerstown down 54-39. As you see on the Battery Warehouse cranking up scoreboard.
I think we managed to do that.
But, you know, Toby Eric taking a timeout here just to make sure. Okay, first, Toby has 4 timeouts. Now he has 3. He's still in good shape timeout-wise. He doesn't want to see the game get to a position where South Hagerstown knocks the lead down into 10. Then they really get pumped up. I think Allegheny can take advantage of Hagerstown on the press, and I don't think that they should try to use clock. I think that the initial press of Hagerstown has intensity, but once the timeline is broken, the recovery of that pressure is not quite as quick, and I think they can get some layups out of it.
Dermer to Salas. To Dermer again. To Fred. Fred looks for somebody to go to. Goes across to Dermer. Trying to touch pass to Jesse. And this came off the back of his hand and out of bounds.
Well, it was almost a 10-second violation as well. Allegheny very, very patient and a little too patient that time working against the press. You have to be patient, but you have to throw crisp passes and know what you're doing. They were a little bit disjointed.
Derek Brown, the three-point threat for Hagerstown with the ball now. Looking, gets underneath. Good pass shot. Rejected by DJ Jesse, but a foul on the play. Ronnie Colbert went up with a shot. Jesse came in from behind. Watch this. Got the shot, but also got the body.
Problem is he followed through on the block through the player. That's 3 on DJ. Still not in any big foul problem. Now you'll take a look again. Colbert underneath and DJ just following through across his hands. You see, if you hit him on the hands, that's supposedly not a foul, but
right.
You hit his wrist or anything else, that's a foul.
So Colbert on the line for 2. And the first one's good. That, by the way, is team foul number 7 on the Campers. So for the remaining 6:33 in this contest, Hagerstown will be shooting 1-1 on every common foul. Good look there at Ronnie Colbert from the end zone. And this one's good also. Makes it a 13-point game, 54-41. 6.5 to go. Dermer looking for help. Still looking for help. Still looking for help. Gets it in a 10-second call. No, a travel call on Dermer.
Allegheny has not been pressed very often this year because nobody wants to get in an up-and-down game with him, and that's what a press would do.
So Colbert inbounds to Brown.
The other thing was a lot of people didn't have a chance to set up their press.
Brown for 3. It's a little flat, no good. Coming in with a rebound, though, is Bynum. Bynum, bounce pass intended for Kidd inside. He does get it on the run. Kidd turn around from 15, in and out, no good. Bynum with a rebound. Fields there to contest it. Bynum gets the shot up and good.
So 11-point game and the basket net gets caught again.
54-43, 6-3 to go. What's Allegheny need to do right here on this press?
Well, what they have to do is they have to flash the middle. They got to get some guys down the court too. They got 5 guys in the backcourt, and that's not helping.
They get it to Salas from Fred, and Denny will wait for traffic to clear, and he'll go to work. Salas on the dribble to Jesse, baseline against Brown. Double clutch shot, no good, and coming down on the rebound is Colbert.
Allegheny may need another timeout with 5:38 to play. Again, they broke the press, but they were a little bit too quick on the shot, I thought.
Brown to Harris, and a reach-around foul this time by Mike Fields. This is what we said earlier in this game, Paul, that you've got to be very quick on this, because if you reach around in this snake and you're not quick enough with it, whether you get part of the body or not, you're going to get the foul.
Well, there's one reach up front, and the second reach is where he got it.
The foul on Mike Fields is his first. It was a non-shooting foul, but on the line for 1-1. It'll be D. Harris.
Okay, South with a chance to cut it under 10 at 54-43.
Harris with the shot. It is no good. And Dermer outduels Kidd for the rebound. Drop pass to Jesse on the sideline. Good play by DJ to turn around, protect the ball. Little bump and grind there with Colbert. No damage done.
10 straight points for South Hagerstown. It was 54-33 at one point.
Up front, Jesse is fouled as he gets the ball off to Salas.
Ronnie Colbert will pick it up. 5:14 to play. Hey, this one not over yet. And Todd Eric over there, very, very happy, I think, at this point, given that he was down by 20 now down by 11. And still with a lot of time on the clock.
The 16th foul, the second foul personally on Colbert. So they have one more to give. Dermer inbounds to Fields. Back to Dermer. Fakes the three, holds and looks. Drop pass to Salas on the outside. 5:08 to go. Salas on the move with Brown. Turns him around. Holds up. Waits for help. Still waiting. Goes in the middle. Picked off. Kidd knocked it away. Last touch there by Allegheny. Either Jesse or Fields had it bound off of them. And South will put it back in play with 4:54 to go. And it was DJ had the ball touching last.
Okay, Allegheny has to get back into playing good defense.
There'll be a steal there. Inside to Kidd. Kidd trying to move. Shot up. No good. And a foul will be assessed to Steve Friend. And this will put Bill Kidd back on the line for two.
Yeah, there's a couple theories on timeouts and runs, and South Hagerstown on a 10-0 run right now. So, and Todd Eric is still down by 11 points, so he wants to try to extend this. Now, sometimes you can do that by substitution. Sometimes you might have to take a timeout so you give your guys a rest, so you can go back on the court and keep on keeping it cranked up.
Kidd with the first is too long. Mike Harvey will be back in the game as Steve Friend picks up his fourth personal.
It's good to see Harvey back in after that bang on the hip that he took earlier. He's been in before this, but the fact that he's come back a couple of times is a pretty good sign that it hasn't tightened up.
Kidd with one more, puts it up, and this one rolls out no good. Friend inside with the rebound. The shot up high off the glass, no good by Guy Harris. And Jesse skies for the rebound. And now a foul as he goes over the back to Brown.
DJ a little frustrated now. And Allegheny in a stretch now where not a lot of breaks going their way. So let's see how they respond. DJ here with the big rebound has the ball tipped away.
And he does come over.
What has to happen there is DJ has to get low with the ball and somebody has to cut to the ball. Nobody was cutting to the ball. He's trying to get it up court on the left side.
Brown with a 1-and-1 hits the first. And Paul, that's personal number 4 on DJ. And he'll come out in favor of Adam Whitaker. 4:36. So you see a little housekeeping done there on the floor.
Hopefully we're not seeing that condensation problem we saw earlier this year.
One more to go for Derek Brown. It is up, and it's in and out, no good. Kidd gets the rebound. This shot is good.
It's an 8-point game.
54-46, 4.5 to go. Whitaker gets it down the floor to Mike Friend, and he is fouled.
The foul will go on number 11, Derek Brown. Todd Eric not happy. Toby Eric very happy with that call.
If we see the replay here, Harvey here does a nice job because he can't physically actually come back to the basketball. Made himself open, but he does protect the basketball with his body.
That's
and
a very
made
good
Derek
job.
Brown come in and foul him from behind.
That'll be the first foul on Brown.
And team foul number 7 on the Rebels. So each team in the bonus. Mike Harvey. It is no good. And coming down with the rebound is Bynum. And a personal foul assessed there as Bynum will take a seat with his 5th foul as Whitaker took a seat with the right elbow.
The call has to be that he was using his elbow as a weapon. Let's watch the rebound and what Bynum does with his elbows to Whitaker.
You're allowed to come down with your elbows out, but you cannot move. Right there, and then swing it. Boom.
So you cannot brandish them, and that's where the problem comes in, and Bynum is out of there.
Now, in junior college ball, that particular play is also a technical foul this year.
Let's take a look again, another angle, and he just kind of chopped him with the elbow, as I chopped you with the elbow here.
That works. I got the message. So Bynum, who did not play in the win against Walkersville, takes a seat now with 5 fouls. It was an offensive player control foul, so we will not shoot free throws. Harvey, however, gets the inbound from Durham and swishes one from 10.
That ends a 13-point run by Hagerstown.
Back to a 10-point lead, 4:15 to go. And with the ball is Harris. Double teamed, gets it off to Swain. Swain still with it. Drop pass inside for Kidd. Dermer challenges him there, and a foul on the play. What they're going to call here, I think, is a push in the back.
Let's see, Jake Dermer there. Whistled for the foul. That'll be his 3rd. Now the ball will come inside. Let's see what Jake does. Yeah, he came over his back a little bit with his hands down low. And that is a good call by Coach Getz.
Kidd with 1 and 1 makes the first. And that's a 9-point game. 56-47. 4:03 to go in the contest. And Todd Eric open against Hope. Kidd with a second. In and out, no good. And Mike Fields comes down with a bound for the Campers. And Salas will go to work with under 4 to go in the game.
A DJ out of the lineup takes away the primary weapon of the Campers.
Salas gets it to Fields. Fields gets loose on the baseline. The shot up too long, no good. Whitaker with a tip in, it's no good. Ball loose on the floor, carried out, and Whitaker touched it last. And South will get it back. 3:42 to go. The Campers by 9.
Okay. Todd Eric pointing at half court. Sometimes a coach means that to take the time out once you get to half court. Let's see what they do. Allegheny sets up in the press.
Swain to inbound. Has to do it over Mike Harvey. They get it to Kidd. And it's 56-49. 3:33 to go.
Here comes DJ. 3.5 to play. 4
Salas
fouls on him.
brings it across the timeline. This is Fields. And a foul? No, a timeout called by the Campers. 3:20 to go in the contest. It's Allegheny 56. The Rebels of South Hagerstown 49. And we'll be back right after this. The din is ever growing here at Campobello. As this packed house.
Call this the Bello at Campobello.
Yeah. That's all right. That's clever. Which leaves me out of it. 3:20 to go. Toby Eric rather emphatic in that timeout. And the Campers need to go on the same run they went on here at the end of the first half. Salas with Swain on him. And Salas.
5 seconds.
Toby wants to know what the call is. And again, that's different in junior college. You can dribble all afternoon.
Right. It was the 5-second call because he didn't give the ball up.
Swain taken away by Jesse. Here's Fields on a break. Goes to the glass and scores the 2.
DJ back in the game makes things happen.
3 minutes to go. 58-49. Brown underneath. Goes off the glass. Missed from point blank range. Gets the rebound. He doesn't miss this time. And down on the deck once again, Jake Dermer. Dermer coming up a little hitch in his giddy up.
He's going to be okay. He's a tough kid. He's going to stay in there.
Like Wayne Beerwood.
2:38 to play. 7-point Allegheny lead. They have the ball. Let's see what the seniors do in the backcourt.
And we're going to foul, a hold. And it's going to be called against Shea Swain, number 44. As he was just a little bit of a hindrance to Denny Salas going up the floor.
You know, that might be intentional because, you know, Todd Eric knows Denny is not the best shooter on the team. He doesn't shoot a lot on offense unless it's a layup. And as a point guard.
And the free throw, they're a little too hard. Harvey's going to get called for a foul over the back. Mike Harvey trying for a tip-in. Went over the back of Bill Kidd. And picks up the personal. And we'll go to the other end of the floor to shoot 1-and-1.
See, I'm not so sure that that was a predetermined play into timeout by Todd Eric, say, okay, we get a chance, grab Salas, because number one, Allegheny hasn't been in this position a lot near the end of the game. The other thing is he doesn't have the best outside touch, so that might not be a bad gamble.
So Kidd with 1 and 1. And the first is good. It's a 6-point game. 58-52. 2:44 to go in the fourth quarter. And Kidd with one more. And it's good. It's now a 5-point game. Salas gets the inbounds pass from Dermer. He'll go one-on-one. Makes the trap at midcourt to Jesse. DJ holds up, goes to Fields.
I think the Rebels are going to have to try to play good, hard defense here. There's still 2.5 minutes to play in a 5-point game. That's not a lot.
Both teams in the bonus. Jesse with the ball, holding, looking, still holding. Now puts it on the floor. Drives, gives it to Salas. 2:19 to go. Salas gives it to Harvey. Harvey with 2:14. Drop pass to Dermer on the baseline. 2:11 to go. Inside, Jesse all by himself. Goes to the glass and he'll score. They pull everybody off to the left. Jesse all by himself in the lane scores the deuce. 60-53. 2-minute warning. South gets it ahead. Brown goes in.
Again, Allegheny not back on defense, and the back guy came up and challenged Kidd.
And a foul in the backcourt. Salas fouled once again, this time on the play by D. Harris.
I tell you, I think this is a Todd Eric strategy. I think they're going to try to foul Dennis. No disrespect intended, but he hasn't been an outside threat most of the season. And you put him at the line, you say, okay, prove it to us.
Harris on the play, his third personal.
But let me say this, if there's one kid who will respond to something like this, Dennis Salas.
We'll see how he does here. 22, puts it up and it's good. 61-55 with 1:48 to go in the contest. The Campers have led by as many as 20. And Salas with one more to go. The point man puts it up and hits it. 62-55. Campers stay in their press. Brown gives it back to Swain. Swain dribbles through traffic. Goes in the middle. Drives, shot, short, no good. Harvey with a rebound. He's fouled from behind.
And this is part of the strategy, I'm sure, as well. Hey, if we miss, we got to foul right away. We're down by 7, 1:38 to play.
It's a lottery foul. It's going to be picked up on the play, though, here by Ronnie Colbert, number 42. As he comes in, plays a little bump and grind on Mike Harvey.
Shea Swain got a little bit too far underneath before he tried to get his shot off, and it came off the front of the rim. There's a guy who's coached a good basketball game tonight and kept his team in it. You know, I thought they were dead to rights in the third quarter. I saw them tired, not getting up and down the court, but somehow they got back into it.
Toby Harris threes once again as Mike Harvey drops in the free throw, making it 63-55. 1:38 to go as you get that wonderful end zone shot. As Mike Harvey sets himself with the second, puts it up, and it's good. A 9-point lead once again for the Campers, 64-55. And Brown up the floor to Gallup. Dermer puts up the stop sign. Brown for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Dermer with a rebound. Cross court to Fields. Now Mike's got to get it up the floor here. And he does. Gets it across the timeline. Right side. Goes across court to Dermer. To Salas with 1:20 to go. And Salas is fouled by Swain. And you're right, they waited till Denny got the ball and put the hands on it.
Well, the other thing too is predictable is that Dennis Salas is the point guard. They're going to have to throw the ball to him, you know.
The foul on Swain is his second.
Now the bad news for South Hagerstown, as there's a timeout, is that Dennis Salas hit his last two with no problem at all.
The timeout called by Todd Eric. And we'll keep it right here. 1:19 to go in the contest, and the Campers up 64-55.
The Campers up by 9. You get a look at the South Hagerstown huddle. Again, in there they're talking about, you know, we still have to attack the press, fellas. We get it up court, we have to take our first good shot. We can't play around and be patient or anything. We have to take it right to the hole and make them react on defense. I think the Allegheny huddle, they're saying, hey, we got to take care of the basketball. We have a 9-point lead. Toby might be looking at it and saying 1:19 to play, 64 points, that's enough to win. But if we throw the ball away, it won't be enough to win.
Right.
So we have to take care of the basketball, and we have to stick our foul shots.
Here's the chairman of the board, Jack Gilmore. Sure, congratulating Pat Conley on a job well done this evening.
You know, I think the replays have shown, for the most part tonight, that our officials in our area do an outstanding job.
Well put.
And you know, somebody said, "Well, what about this one or that one?" Yeah, you might have seen one or two tonight. Okay, but a referee that misses one or two a night, he's saved. We're very, very happy with that.
Salas makes it. The timeout did not chill the shooter. And Salas brings it back to a 10-point lead, 65-55. One more to go for the point man.
See if Allegheny jumps in the press here. You see, they've been burned on the press long, and that has allowed Hagerstown to score quickly.
Salas gets the shooter's roll, and it's an 11-point lead, 66-55.
It's a different press. It's a man press.
Harris brings it up. He's going to go coast to coast with it and score on the finger roll. And now the Rebels press full court. Salas gets it to Jesse on the sideline. Cross court to Dermer. 1:05 to go. 66-57. Dermer in the corner to Harvey. And Harvey is fouled by Kidd.
DJ did something there that I don't like to see. Dermer was in the corner with the basketball, and DJ came to get the ball from him, which set up an automatic double team. See DJ coming out there? Here's an automatic double team if Hagerstown is with him. And fortunately for Allegheny, they were able to get out of that. But if you're watching at home, you want to try to keep spacing on the court so you don't allow the defense an opportunity to double team just out of positioning.
Harvey hits the first of the 1-and-1. The foul on Kidd is his third. And Mike Harvey, who has amongst many campers tonight, have been spectacular as he hits them both. 68-57. 1 minute to go in the game. And Swain inbounds, goes to Harris, and Harris walks. And again, credit defensive pressure. DJ and Jesse right in Harris's face. Very disquieting to turn around and immediately run into someone wearing a different uniform. So Dermer to inbound with 58. Oh, went zig and zag. Thought Jesse was going to break. Brown picks it off. Goes up floor. He throws it behind Harris. Ball goes out of bounds and belongs to South.
Michael Fields was saying to George Getz, "Hey, one off him. And then he goes, no, it's that way. And Michael smiled at him.
Knew he got a pinky on it on the way by. Colbert to inbound in the corner. Drops it into Brown. Brown immediately faced up by Fields for three. In and short, no good. Dermer with a rebound. Dermer is fouled. And he is fouled in the play by Ronnie Colbert.
Well, with 44 seconds to play and an 11-point lead and your guy at the line, I think Toby might be able to sigh a little bit right now.
A lot can happen, but I think at this point in time, it's safe to say that this is an insurmountable lead. And plenty of camper fans out there going, "You shut up." Dermer sets himself for the first, puts it up, and it is no good. Coming down with the rebound is Colbert, and fouling Colbert was his fourth. Ahead to Brown, taken away by Fields. What a great play. Mike Fields does it again for Salas. Salas breaks through with 4-on-1 break. Harvey misses the jam. Jesse gets the rebound, goes up for the shot, and he is fouled in the play. Harvey tried to put the exclamation point on it. Came a little bit shy on the rim. Went for the Wabumba. Instead got the trapeze shot.
I think he was distracted by the Hagerstown player coming in.
The foul, I believe, is on Kidd. No, it is on Ronnie Colbert. And Colbert fouls out of the action. There you see it, 27 ticks to go. And Ronnie Colbert gets congratulations from Todd Eric. Played a great game for the South Rebels. And he fouls out with 27 seconds left. And DJ Jesse, who has been the straw that stirred the drink, gets the shooter's touch on the first. The faithful have seen enough as they head to the exit. Billy Kidd goes out. Coming in for South is Tyree Sterling, number 23.
There will be one more basketball game at Allegheny High School this year.
Jesse with a second. He is perfect. 70-57. And the Campers call it off to half court. Brown inside, right off of Sterling's hands and out of bounds. And here comes the wholesale subs. Mike Carter, P.J. Yates, Ben Shanklin, Joe Humbertson, and Ed Talley come in for the Campers. And a standing O for the starters. 22 ticks left. Little Perk puts it into play. PJ is fouled in the backcourt rather, by Derek Brown. So we have unwelcome guests in our broadcast area.
He's welcome wherever I'm at.
That's true.
Dave Martin, assistant coach at Garrett Community College, standing behind me. There you get a good look at Dave. He's also the clerk of court in Garrett County. He keeps me out of trouble.
And I'll tell you what, one marvelous singing voice. Yates misses on the first. The foul on Brown, by the way, is his second. And coming down with the rebound is Mike Webb. Ahead to Harris, to Brown. He'll get it off the glass and good for two with 6 seconds, with 5. PJ down floor, toss out of bounds, and it's of no consequence. Kind of fitting as that ball went into the bench area just as the clock went off. Your final score, the Allegheny Campers advance as they defeat the South Hagerstown Rebels 70-59. And we'll keep it here. Post-game activities about to commence.
70-59, Allegheny winning over South Hagerstown. You know, if you were the Eric family, the Eric parents, and you're sitting watching this, I think you saw what you wanted to see tonight.
Yes, a well-played ball game by Todd's South Rebels, but a win.
In the game and a win for Allegheny. And not that they were rooting for Allegheny, but you know, if it would have finished South Hagerstown 70, Allegheny 59, I think they would have been somewhat happy with that as well. You know, there wasn't a blowout here tonight. There was a chance it could have been a blowout at one point in the third quarter.
Right.
But Allegheny, of course, stayed with it and then cooled off a little bit. Then South Hagerstown stepped up, played very, very hard, got back into it, hit a couple of big shots, and went on a 13-0 run. And then for a while there, I thought we were going to have to put this on pay-per-view, the second showing, because I thought we were heading for a classic countdown and a classic finish here.
Well, there's Big Brother as he gets the win over the younger brother. I guess that should be that's all well and fair too. The oldest in the family should get those kind of perks.
It's time for the National Video Play of the Game, Jamie.
Or the plays of the game, as it were. Visit the National Video location for your hottest movies or games.
Okay.
This is a dandy coming up here. This is a sequence of plays, Paul.
Yes. DJ Jesse off the alley-oop from Fields gets the tip in. Now he is the front man on the press. He comes in, tips the ball away, and will save it inbounds to Dennis Salas. Salas will take it, throw it to Fields. Fields with the layup, and he gets fouled, and that's a 5-point play. And of course, that's when Allegheny made the big run, and very definitely the National Video Play of the night.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break. There's your final score. The Campers 70, Hagerstown 59. We'll be back with post-game activities right after this. We're in the coach's corner. It's post-game time. The Campers come off with a 70-59 win over South Hagerstown. Very quickly, high scorers for the Campers. DJ Jesse ended the game with 18 points. Mike Fields with 15. Jake Dermer with 12. That in and of itself does not tell the entire story. But for this edition of the regional playoffs, the family feud is over, and we have the victorious older brother with Paul Mullen.
Thank you very much, Jamie. First, Toby, this was a very exciting basketball game, and you have to have mixed emotions here at the end.
Well, I do. You know, no matter what happens, that's your brother over there. You know, he's done a great job with South's program, and you know they've come a long way. I think the first year he took over, they were 4-17, and you know those kids will be back. He's got Bynum's a junior, his big kid. Harris is a junior, and they're going to be back. You know, he's got a good program, and you never know, you might see this again next year because he's doing a great job with them.
I think an indication of how well he is coaching that team is you guys are out by 21 points there in the third quarter, and they're looking a little lethargic, look like they're a little bit tired, and then all of a sudden they run off 13 straight, and it's a big game again.
Well, I've never seen him quit at anything, and I'm sure his kids weren't going to quit. He's a fighter, and he's always been a fighter, and the kids are fighters. You know, I knew they weren't going to quit. I was a little concerned about the way we went into a lull there, but our kids responded and hit the foul shots at the end. Our seniors, Dennis Saddle, stepped up, and Mike Harvey stepped up, and Jake Dermer and DJ and everybody. And, you know, you got to give our kids credit. It was touch and go there. I think they got it down to 5 at one point, but we were able to hang on.
Yeah, one thing about it, Coach, is that coming into the end of that game, South Hagerstown was throwing up a press, and you guys were having a little bit of a problem with it. You haven't had to see a lot of presses this year, have you?
No, and I think we were shocked that somebody was trying to press us, and we stood. And I think if you notice as the game wound down, we started getting a rhythm and hitting in the middle and doing a few things and moving the ball. But, you know, they did a nice job with their press. You know, they got a good team, and I think the people who were here tonight see that they have a good team. I think some people thought that we were going to roll them, and I knew that wasn't the case.
Did you think it might have happened when you were up by 21?
No, I didn't. You know, you don't ever think that sitting there, because even though we were up 21, it was a game of spurts like a lot of our games, and you're going to hit a lull in a game like that. You can't keep scoring points in bunches like we were.
Let me ask you about going to the regional final now, one game away from going back to College Park. What was the mood in the locker room after the game?
Well, I think we're extremely pleased. We knew we beat a big team and a good team, and the kids were happy, but they know there's another game. These kids have been focused all year, and they'll be focused tomorrow night. That, you know, we still haven't won anything yet as far as we're concerned. We want to get back to College Park, and it's going to be very important tomorrow night's game.
Are you concerned about it playing back-to-back days?
No. Our opponent will play back-to-back days. I have no concern whatsoever. These kids will come to play. The crowd's great. The crowd's fantastic. They gave us a boost all night, and they'll be here again tomorrow night, hopefully.
Okay, Toby Eric, head basketball coach at Allegheny. Allegheny wins again, 70-59. We go to the regional finals tomorrow night. Any preference on who you play?
None whatsoever.
You're just happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
All right, Toby Eric. Well, that's going to wrap it up for our coverage tonight on Commercial Video Services Channel 4. Again, our final score, 70-59. For Jamie O'Hanlon. Jamie, again, another masterful job.
Well, thank you very much. And I tell you what, we're hot and sweaty. And I tell you what, if you weren't, if you're not tired after this game, you weren't listening or watching hard enough, because this was a fabulous performance by the Allegheny Campers, and they once again showed why they are defending state champions.
Yeah, another thing too, folks, to remember as you get ready to come to the gym tonight, and these replays will be on Saturday, so it will be tonight. Allegheny was tested, and that's what you want to have very often going into a regional final for a trip to College Park. If this was an easy game, there could have been a letdown tomorrow, but I think that South Hagerstown certainly did sound the wake-up call if there was one needed for the Allegheny Campers.
Yeah, they came out very early and served notice that this was not going to be a walkover for Allegheny whatsoever. And you're right, I think that really plays to the Campers' advantage, particularly coming into tomorrow night. As you mentioned, one more home game here for the guys. They get to play in their home whites before the home crowd one more time. That means an awful lot to this team. And if they can come out tomorrow night and play as well as they did tonight, they will have earned that trip to College Park one more time. And the fans here, as you heard Toby say, they give you a lift all night. And the Camper fans have been great for this team all season long, but this team's been good for the Campers fans. It's been a good give and take on both ends.
Final score again, Allegheny 70, South Hagerstown 59. For Jamie O'Hanlon, I'm Paul Mullen. For Commercial Video Services and Channel 4, you have a good day.